are going to play some drug dealer and talk about if we feel like this game is still holding up these days, if it's still worth its value.
Yeah, good old Eddie. He's the head of logistics, so you better listen to what he has to say.
I have personally
Go
owned
meet
this
him.
game
He'll
for
prep you up for
many
the job.
years, and I always found it a pretty good game. But I haven't played it for about a year either. Let's talk about some of the good, the bad, and the ugly of this game. We might break this up into a few parts, depending if it's popular or not.
Love the smell of tires in the morning.
Maybe if it's alright, people are enjoying it, and actually getting some help from it, we'll look into in a second one, a more in-depth look.
Great. Sit down. I'll brief you up. Doobie?
Controls on this game are pretty fluent, just about like a
That's what you're
GTA
gonna
style.
be selling, so
I'm
test
sure
it
you
out.
could use a controller. You're gonna
You know
use
what?
WASP to
Sometimes
control
when I get the
yourself.
so-called second thought kind of thing, I come here. Sit down and just watch this.
Well, it actually has a pretty interesting storyline
You
if
know
you
that
follow
every
it.
trap in the U.S. has this
Now, Drug
goal?
Dealer as
25
a
million
game,
bucks it cost them.
I've watched this
Always
game
reminds
develop
me of
from.
who we are to them.
You know what? It's always
Helps
been
keep you
a good
focused.
game. I should say that.
Anyway,
It's always been a pretty
how's the party?
decent, fun game. And they've kept their updates pretty much on track.
Yeah, you
And what I
young
mean by that
motherfuckers
is
tend to
they're
do that.
always
Nowadays, I'd
aiming
be fucked
to
up big
make the
time for a
community
week if
happy.
I
They're
brought it
listening
out
to
on
what
you.
you're actually saying and making the changes
Well, okay. Anyway,
that you're probably going to
good that
enjoy
you're
in
stretched
game.
up, 'cause we've got some jobs to do.
There's a couple
Listen
other
up.
games I play,
I'm your main
or I
and
did
only
play,
contact
that I
with
won't
the
mention their
cartel.
titles, but
Anything and everything
try talking to
considering the
developers
business
and
in
making
out goes
suggestions,
through me.
which
From
they
now
basically
on,
just
I'm your
take as
daddy,
insults
your
for
boss,
some
your
reason.
fucking wife, all in one person.
And I understand how
You
hard it
dope,
is.
you
I'm a
right
great
to
game
me.
creator
You
myself,
got the
and I
cash for the
understand how
cartel,
hard
I
it is to
take it.
take
You shit your
criticism on
pants,
something
I
you
need
work
to
so
know
hard
before
on.
you change your underwear. Straightforward. We're gonna start basic. Grass and air.
And there was a bit of that
Three
probably in the
packages
early
waiting for you
development
in a
of this
dead
game,
drop
but
at the
they've
back
been
of the
pretty
supermarket.
good
Grab 'em,
from what
go
I've
home,
seen.
and get your laptop. There'll be clients
And we're
writing
stuck in
you
the
soon.
storyline right
Make
now,
them sales,
which,
and I'll get back to
I
you
don't know,
soon
it
after.
can be a tad
Questions?
annoying, but overall, as far as storylines go,
Oh,
it's
you're
not
a
that
smart
bad.
boy. You'll find it. Anyway, get to work. Gotta go. We'll get to you later.
so right away, we're, I don't know, 5 minutes in, and we're about to go pick up some dope. So again, you know, they're pretty straight to the point
Just in
anyways,
case
it's
you're
not too
wondering,
bad.
Dead drops are hidden drop points, where you will retrieve smaller packages.
These days,
Trash
people don't really
bins,
like
hole
being
in the
held up
ground,
too
a big
much.
Crack in the wall, you name it.
I got a pretty cool map
They're
system.
usually marked by some kind of symbol.
Tells you what things
You should
are when you
find
go
it
over
pretty
top of
easy.
them, things like that. You can set your own markers. I think you can anyways. It's been a while. It's been a couple years. A lot of little shortcuts, things like that.
There it is. See it?
Oh, I forgot about that. You can search through the trash on this game too. And you'll find actually useful things in it, which I kind of found cool
All right,
feature.
Now go back home and get to the computer. Your first client should be messaging you any moment.
I've played this for
You'll get
probably
notifications
4
on your
years
phone.
on and off, just here and there.
But to read
But
them, you'll need the encrypted app.
the one thing I did like, they added about a year ago, so you can, when you're running around, you can find things just randomly, kind of, in little cubbies and holes. Depending on how much you run around, you look around in the strange areas. Talk about things that are annoying here.
Okay, this is Shady Con, a special.
So everybody's
fancy
gonna order
dark
a
web
certain amount
communicator.
of stuff.
This is where you order the merchandise from Eddie.
This guy talking
And
about?
this is where your clients will contact you.
I don't know. Oh, is
It
it
also
3
has
ganja?
other options, but
So
we'll
it should
get to
just
that
basically
in
be what we picked up. So now starts a little bit of the annoyance. You've got to always keep ahead of
time. You
yourself.
might need that sexy red backpack.
Oh boy, I
on the
can't
cover.
order yet.
I know you're probably used to
Alright,
those
close this.
sissy
Okay,
casual
escape to get out of that.
games where money's stored in a magic
So you always
got to
try to order ahead of
but it ain't
yourself
the
to
case for us.
basically
You need space to carry
have
cash,
your weed
so take that into
or drugs
consideration
showing up
before you
basically
run those first
when,
clients.
when you're running out. So it becomes a constant battle of remembering to order, guessing at the correct amounts because you don't know how much you're going to sell to people. And I could say, I guess, too, it's part of the challenge, which it is kind of fun at first. It does get overwhelming over time
and did I
when you're
tell
going to
you?
make 9 or 10
Backpacks
deals
have
at the same
downsides
time.
as well. The more you carry, the slower you run.
For
And
someone
big
like
beefy
me, I
bags?
probably
May
shouldn't be
seem
playing this, to be
suspicious the
honest. I
police.
have a bit of dyslexia, and I tend to get things
Okay, I
backwards,
told you.
so
Now that's your problem.
probably a bad combination, and that's, you know, probably not the game's fault, it's a bit of my own, but maybe it comes wearing eventually, doing that much math all the time. And this is a bad example, because we didn't really do any math there. We just kind of had the bags already pre-sized, so it's probably a bad example, but you'll see what I mean. If we were farther into the game, you'd start to get annoyed a little bit just by the math. Sometimes I grab the wrong bag for, you know, somebody that ordered one drug, and I grab a different kind by accident of the same amount, and then I'd have to run back home. But again, maybe that's me, and other people don't get that worn out doing that much math. But it's probably about an hour after playing I start making mistakes like that. I don't know how much this game is on the marketplace anymore. It used to be like 25 bucks, I think. I think it's come down a little bit in price. Overall, like if you're gonna spend that kind of money on a game, it's not a lot of money, obviously. Yeah, we're supposed to buy some powder here, but I honestly think it's worth it if you enjoy these types of games. If you don't, obviously it's not gonna work for you. But if this looked fun to you so far, I'd say you're probably in for a treat. For some people, they can just kind of go hours and hours doing this stuff, and I understand that. Personally, I mean, like I said, like an hour or 2 hours into it, I'm starting to make mistakes. I'm getting sloppy. Maybe it's a game you can maybe stop and come back to. But for the value, for 25 bucks, honestly, like, what is 25 bucks for a really good time? You'd probably spend less at a movie, right? Probably spend more at a movie. That's what I meant. Sorry about that. And their systems, their controls are pretty easy to use, to be fair. I guess I'll just order that. Like, I haven't played for a year, and I'm just jumping in. The controls don't seem hard. Like, every once in a while, I'll push F instead of E, or E instead of F. But that's just different games getting you in different habits, I think. What's that? Eddie. Let's give Eddie his money. But if you're looking to, you know, kill a couple days, because you'll probably get addicted to it at first, yeah, I'd say it's worth it. I would probably go pick it up. I did pick it up. I picked it up right when it came out. Honestly, I thought it was really creative how they came up with the concept for the game. They made their own story to it. I thought that was pretty creative. Like, we're talking probably, I don't know how long they developed it, and I'm not exactly sure how old it is, so I shouldn't say 4 years, but I feel like it's about 4 years old, I'm guessing. And I gotta say, they at least put a year in development. At least, probably more. It's pretty refined when it came out, and they're still on it. They're still doing updates. I think they're doing their last update finally. And it's supposed to be a pretty big one by the looks of her. So, I guess in total, what I would say is in 2023, Drug Dealer, in my opinion, is worth it. If you're gonna buy a game, especially if you get it on sale or something like that, like you pay 12 bucks for something that you're gonna play for a week, I feel like you got more than your money's worth out of it. So, I guess there you go. There you have it. From a game creator on Drug Dealer Simulator. Well, my opinion, if it's worth it, I do. Well, we'll see how many of you people many people watch this, and
Okay, so you need bobby pins to lock
If there's a
pick
lot of you
doors
guys
and
checking
gates.
this out,
They
maybe I'll
tend
do
to
some other
break, so you'll
games.
need at least a
Or
couple
is it
on
still
you
worth
all
it?
the time.
Maybe that's what
You
we'll
can
call
get
the
them in
series.
stores or find them around this loop.
It's almost 2023. Maybe we'll call it, is it still worth it in 2023? And we'll go through some older games that are still being updated and evaluate if we still think it's worth it through the eyes of a game creator. Alright guys, well thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe. If you want to check out my game, there should be a link in the description. Feel free to check it out on Steam and pick it up if you're interested.